Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Realm of Ori. In this video, we will continue with Volume 18, Chapter 1 Walpurgis, Part 8. If you haven't watched the previous video or chapter, you can find the link in the description below. Before we begin, this video contains light novel spoilers. If you do not want to be spoiled, do not watch it. And, if you will continue, an additional disclaimer notice. So without further ado, let's get to the video. I will send Carrera to the country of Milam, and I will send Ultima to the country of Degruel. Frey-san might get mad at Milam later, but that has nothing to do with me. Let's just finish this up so Milam doesn't change her mind. Okay, so I'll send Ultima and Carrera back and forth from Milam's place to Degruel's country. It's Ultima's home country, so I don't think she'll have any trouble with that. That's awful. So, it's decided. If that's the case, Degruel, make sure you get along with Ultima. Guy also gave his approval. Degruel was about to say something, but after deciding that it was all in our heads, the situation was resolved. So, the people who would go to Ruminas, Milam, and Degruel were chosen. The only question was who to send to Leon's golden territory of El Dorado. Why would I send one of my men if Guy was going there already? Guy can keep an eye on Leon, and I don't see why my country's power needs to be weakened. That is what I wanted to say. Why should I weaken my country's defenses when a war is about to start? If anything happens, the 3 demon girls can teleport back to me immediately, or worst case scenario, I can summon them. When it came to Geld, the construction could not be stopped indefinitely, and Gabel also served as Geld's bodyguard. In terms of simple fighting skills, Geld is the stronger of the two. But since Geld's main job is defense, it is better to have an attacker. Since Gabel excels in both offense and defense in this regard, I believed it would be intriguing to pair him with Geld. Adelman and his followers, on the other hand, should have been focused on defending the labyrinth. However, Xian going to Ruminas alone concerned me. Even though she was strong, her behavior was not good. Adelman knows many different kinds of magic and can teleport easily. Adelman had already met Ruminas and was expected to be nice to her, so I think this appointment was fine. So far, that's what's been proven. No one else could go to Leon's country. Hey, there, don't be shy. Your country has a lot of awakened beings. It's true, but I need them to help protect my country. You are worrying too much. Since you have Veldora, don't be cheap. What do you think of that Benimaru guy? Isn't he good? Of course not. Benimaru just got married. Besides, he has 2 wives. Both of them are pregnant, so he can't go on a long business trip at such an important time. Anyway, Benimaru is no good. Tisk, that makes no sense, but whatever. Then, oh, Diablo can go. I should send Diablo as well since Xian is being sent, but I forgot since he's always stuck so close to me. If I sent just one of them away, they would fight. Shuna was my real secretary, so their absence wouldn't bother me. I think that's the best choice. Diablo? Yeah, he's strong, so he's enough on his own. Hold on a minute, Rimuru-kun. We're also in a tough situation right now. I don't have any extra resources with which to play. Still, I'm sending you our ace, so I hope you'll take it in good faith. Bastard. Che, you're thickening by the minute. I don't care. This time, I'll just have to deal with Diablo. Whoever it is, it doesn't matter. Usually, I'd want to take Chloe, but that's just how things are. Oh yeah, Rimuru can come to my country with Diablo if he wants to. I told you before that I would invite you, but I haven't been able to do so yet. Okay, I'm going to leave Chloe, but if time allows, I'll come see you later. If that's the case, I'll talk to you through Diablo, so thank you. Very well, I'll be waiting to hear from you. Yeah, well, just let me know if Diablo gives you any trouble. I'll be there to teach him without a doubt. Alright, make sure he's taken care of because I won't think twice before calling. Even though he hadn't done anything yet, Guy, not Leon, reminded me. I was interested in their relationship, but it seemed like trouble, so I decided not to find out. With this in mind, we made plans for the future. Then I'll go to Leon's place, so please do what needs to be done by each of you. Guy said this as he came back into the hall. Hey, no explanation for us, huh? Misery told me what was going on, but I'd still like to know what the plan is. I thought that made sense. Guy is too quick to draw conclusions. He thinks he is the only one who needs to be persuaded, so he leaves the others behind. But Guy couldn't explain the situation right. In addition, Guy was not the only one who was similar to and unlikely to volunteer for such trouble. The immature Milam and Ramirez, the sloppy Degruel and Leon, and the callous Ruminas. I made the decision to act like an adult and inform everyone. We just talked about this, but you already knew about the enemy, right? Yes, I heard that Velzard turned against us. It looks like that. And the reason wasn't betrayal or something like that. So, this time I summed up the story and explained what was going on. It wasn't typical of you to stumble around like this, but it was more problematic than I had anticipated. You're right. Now that I have the power, I'd like to test my limits against a true dragon, but I don't think I'd stand a chance against Velzard Dono. Kuahahaha. You said it, Carrion. My sister is always able to outwit even me. Let me be your first opponent if you want to try. Master, I don't think now is the time. Rimuru will get mad at you if you don't take things seriously. I see. Then, to stop the dominance, you will put as many of your forces together as possible. So, this Regalia Dominion to be resisted? It can be stopped if your will is strong enough. In Veldora's case, he was the target of an attack that caught him off guard and made him less resistant. If I had been myself before, I could have handled it, but I was fighting with my sister at the time. It was a little rough. You were dominated, so it was difficult. It's pointless to act like it didn't happen, so I wish you'd just be honest about it. While Veldora had me speechless, De Gruel spoke to me. Why don't you just send Veldora to me, Rimuru? I'm not a big fan of Ultima, but I recognize Veldora and know him well. I'm sorry, but I can't. Veldora is not my subordinate, he is my friend. I can't just decide for him. Veldora, you were asked to come, so what are you going to do? I wish I could go save you, De Gruel, but I'm also busy. I have a job to do, which is to watch over Ramirez's labyrinth. Master. Ramirez was emotional because she was crying and her eyes were watering, but I'm sure Veldora was just trying to make it easy. Oh, I see. That's too bad. Even for me, having Velzard attack me would cause a lot of trouble. If you could have helped me, it would have been nice. Kuahahaha. You already know. My sister is nothing to worry about for a man as strong as I am. Too bad. It's a shame, De Gruel. De Gruel is right. Even though I've never fought Velzard, my gut tells me she's a tough opponent. I'll have to deal with her if she comes here. You should be ready to call for help right away, because there's nothing else you can do. Milam, who had been listening to what we were talking about, said something very good. Unlike Milam, who is usually too sure of herself, it was a sensible idea. To put it another way, Velzard was a problem, and since she probably wouldn't attack by herself, we all agreed that we shouldn't act alone either. I see. Then let's make sure we don't do anything on our own. Yes, please do that. So, Rimuru, I need you to get Geld and the others to me as soon as you can. If you want, I can go get them. No, it's all right. They'll be prepared for you right away, and I'll explain the situation when I get back. Then, Rimuru, I'll leave it up to you. Right. If the enemy attacks, I'll let you know as soon as possible. I didn't say why Carrera was being sent, but Frey-san doesn't seem to know what primordials are. I didn't think she needed to know, so I ended the conversation on a good note. Also, throwing in Carrera wasn't a problem when it came to slowing down Velzard. But what I want to know is what Michael and the others are up to. I don't think it's fair to try to take over the world. Oh, yes, it's Veldenova's comeback. Michael and Feldway are working toward the Lord's resurrection. My companions already knew about it, but it seemed like the others were pretty shocked. Before I conclude this video, I'd like to thank Edward Balistrine for joining Patreon, as well as everyone who has supported me on Patreon. Keep continuing to support the channel to make it grow even further. That's all for now. Stay tuned for my next video.